What if Pearl Harbor never happened? Hitler wins Europe. Japan conquers Asia. America is surrounded and powerless. This is the world that almost existed. December 7, 1941, the morning that changed everything. 353 Japanese aircraft rise into the dawn sky. But what if that order was never given? Japan in 1941 was desperate for resources. War felt inevitable. But some generals knew the truth. Attacking America would be waking a sleeping giant. Yamamoto had studied in America. He knew their factories and their fury. He warned that he could run wild for a year, but after that, nothing. In this timeline, the hawks in Tokyo listen. Japan turned south instead, taking British colonies rich in oil and rubber. No need to touch America. Roosevelt watches Europe burn, but Congress is controlled by isolationists. Without an attack on American soil, there is no argument to send boys to war. Across America, families breathe a sigh of relief. No draft letters arrive. America remains an island of peace in a world consumed by war. But in Britain, the situation grows darker. Hitler's U-boats strangle supply lines, food shipments slow to a trickle. Rationing becomes extreme and children flee the bombs. Churchill begs Roosevelt for tools, but without Pearl Harbor, Congress blocks every request. Britain is left to fight completely alone. By 1943, the RAF is exhausted. German bombers fly over Britain almost unopposed. London is hit every single night without mercy. Then the unthinkable happens. Operation Sea Lion begins. The beaches are stormed, and the British Army is overwhelmed within weeks. Britain falls under Nazi occupation for the first time in nearly 900 years. Churchill is evacuated to Canada as swastikas hang from the palace. With Britain gone, Hitler controls the entire Atlantic coast. German U-boats now sink ships just miles from the New York City skyline. On the Eastern Front, without American supplies, the Soviet Union cracks. 2 million German soldiers push deep into Russia, surrounding Moscow by late 1943. The Red Army runs out of everything as the temperature drops to -40. Men freeze at their posts as Moscow falls in December. Hitler flies to Moscow for a victory parade. The largest country on earth has been conquered. And the Holocaust accelerates without mercy. By 1944, 12 million are dead, not 6. And the world watches in silence. Japan and Germany now own the planet. The two empires meet in the Middle East to divide the world. The deal takes 30 minutes. History takes forever. America is surrounded and strangled. Trade routes die. Unemployment hits 40%. The greatest democracy is dying. Then comes the bomb. Without fleeing scientists helping the Manhattan Project, Germany develops nuclear weapons first. In 1945, Hitler has the power. Germany delivers an ultimatum: surrender or face nuclear fire. The president faces an impossible choice to save millions, but lose America's soul. America chooses to negotiate and stays within its borders forever. The greatest democracy becomes a prisoner in its own hemisphere. By 1950, the world is divided. Nazi Europe, Japanese Asia, and an isolated, powerless America. Human progress is frozen. No UN, no civil rights, no rock and roll. Culture dies under the boot of two empires. But the human spirit does not break easily. Resistance movements exist in the shadows. Underground fighters who know that empires always eventually fall. Even the worst ones think of everything we would lose. The moon landing, the fall of the Berlin Wall, none of it happens. Not one single event. Pearl Harbor was a dark day, but it united a nation. It turned America into the greatest war machine that saved the world. Pearl Harbor was an accidental gift that forced a giant to stand up for freedom. It was the tragedy that allowed for triumph. Next time you vote or speak your mind, remember it exists, because on a Sunday morning in 1941, Japan made a mistake and America answered. Would you have wanted the world where Japan never attacked? Was tragedy what humanity needed? Tell us in the comments.